some things you do want to check for on your boiler periodically, just to make sure, even between yearly services. It's always a good idea to look at the boiler pressure and see what your pressure is at. Pressure gauge is right here. It's a pressure and temperature gauge. So this shows you the pressure on the top part here. Typically you want the pressure of your boiler in a house to be between 12 psi to, let's say, 15 to 16 psi. If it's getting over 20 psi, you may have an issue. If it's getting close to 30 psi, you for sure have an issue. 20 psi is okay if it's not creeping up higher than that, but you want typically below 20, not below 10. So if your pressure gets 30, this is the safety relief valve that's designed to go off at 30 psi so that the pressure can't get any more than that in the boiler. If this is dripping onto the floor, you have a problem with your boiler and it's allowing the pressure to get up to 30 psi. So typically, if that's happening, you have an expansion tank problem. When the boiler water is heating up, the expansion has nowhere to go. If your expansion tank isn't working, if it's full of water, if it's lost its charge, then what will happen is every time your boiler heats up, the pressure will creep up to 30 psi and your relief valve will go off. If your pressure is getting up to 30 and your relief valve is going off, don't panic. It's not good to be running your system like that, but nothing's going to blow up or anything. If it was the very middle of winter and it was really cold out, I would say, get a technician there right away, and you could probably get away with running it a little bit if the relief valve is just dripping a little bit. But if the relief valve is blowing off, lots of water coming out of it, you want to shut your system off. Of course, before you even shut off the water, first you want to shut off the power.